Maglio Markets in a minute, fam. Let me just ask you real quick. Jalapeno are ya? Nailed it. Welcome back to the show. And you know what? Before we get started, let's talk about it. Because I know, you know, we both know, but like we're not talking about it, but like you should talk about it, and like you're embarrassed to talk about it because you're like, yeah. So I know that you watch every week. I know that you tune in every Wednesday and you're like, man, I cannot wait for the Maglio Markets in a Minute update this week. It's the favorite part of my Wednesday, but like, you don't want to say it. So it's like you watch it, but you don't watch it, but you do watch it, but you don't watch it all the way to the end, but you tell your friends about it, but you don't tell your friends that you watch it, but you say, oh, it's this thing that I saw, but like you saw it and you watched the whole thing, but you didn't watch it all the way to the end. So like the views in the bottom don't really click and register. It's okay. I just want you to know that it's okay. I know that you watch. Everyone I talk to is like, hey, I love the market updates. And I'm like, I love that you said that, even though you probably don't mean it. So I know that you watch. It's okay. You know what? Hey, it's me, Uncle PJ. And I watch too. So we're in this together. But welcome to Maglio McGallen, clearly not with the marketing girls in Milwaukee. So this is selfie style. Walking through the coolers and gonna give you a market update. But I want to do it fun this week because like last week I was told that I underperformed. Can leave all jokes aside on that one, even though I just threw that volleyball up for a spike. But anyway, today we gotta pick it up. So what I'm thinking was we do this. And Caroline, I apologize in advance because this is just gonna be a nightmare to edit. But at least my hair looks fantastic. What we're gonna do is we're gonna walk through this cooler, Maglio McGallen Red 2, and we're gonna talk about every item in this cooler. So it's gonna be fast paced. It probably won't make a lot of sense, but you guys are really going to enjoy it because it's gonna be classic PJ. Just like winded, for some reason excited, and just confused and befuddled, but in a really cute kind of way. That's what we're gonna go for today. So in terms of like a camera, yeah, I don't know where we're gonna put a camera. Maybe like you can put a camera like on me. So like this is the only part that like will be in frame. But I'm just gonna go starting in the corner. I'm just gonna go down this whole room and come back and end up at this spot. And anything that's in this room that had a market change that I didn't mention, I'll mention at the end, provided I'm not entirely winded, because I plan to be. It's gonna be a lot of running happening in the next 2.5 minutes. It's gonna be a longer update too. I hope you're ready for it. Lord knows I am. We were born ready here at the Maglio Company. So, Maglio Markets in a Minute, fam. Buckle up, seatbelts, click it or ticket. We're about to jump right into this thing. So, market update. Ready, set, let's roll. Over there in the corner, we got cherry tomatoes. The cherry tomato market very active this week. Not a whole lot of domestic supply, so because of that, the Mexicans are trying to pick it up with theirs, but it's not enough to fulfill demand, so market pricing is up this week. Over here, we got red peppers. Red peppers, because Canadian production is very low this week, domestic production hasn't really started. As a result, we have the Mexican supply coming up a little bit, but not enough to fill some demand. So as a result, we've got a high market in choice red peppers this week. Over here, we got hot peppers, serranos, jalapenos. What else do we have over here? Hungarian hots. Those are all going up this week as a result. Quick timeout. There's Becky. Hey, Becky. Time back in. Jalapeno peppers, still very depressed this week. Market pricing is very steady. Over here we have limes, a lime market. The bigger stuff more expensive, smaller stuff not as expensive. Right here we got yellow squash depressed. If you can haul it, you can have it. Tomatoes, Roma tomatoes pretty active this week. We got about $17 for extra large FOB. Pineapple, not too exciting this week, all over the place. Down here in Texas, over in the ports, Costa Rica, Mexican, it's all over the place. Eggplant market, it's pretty steady this week. Not a huge demand for it, but because of that, there's not a whole lot of domestic supply. Eggplant market is still steady as they were last week. Super Selectos, aka the cucumbers. Cucumber market is a little bit higher this week because there isn't not as much as there used to be in the foreign markets, but what we have is local product picking up, and so the market will start coming down a little bit on the cucumbers, I would say in 10 days once those local programs really pick up. Over here, yellow colored peppers. Because there's a lot of colored peppers in Canada, there's not a whole lot in Mexico, but the market is still pretty depressed. There goes Becky again. Lord knows what she's doing. Time back in, you're getting distracted. And then we got round tomatoes. So round tomatoes this week over in California, the pricing is very, very depressed. And because of that, you've got a Mexican picking up a little bit, but the Mexican supply is not as high as California. And as a result of that, you're gonna have higher prices out of Mexico than California. Next, over here, what do we have? We got green peppers. Green peppers are still pretty depressed in terms of market pricing, but they're finding a little bit of strength out of Mexico, but local programs will start picking up in Michigan, Ohio, Missouri, all over the place. And because of that, you're gonna have cheaper pricing going into the end of the month. But here we are at the end of our tour. What else did I mention? Romaine lettuce going up, liner lettuce going up, domestic melon still expensive. Local programs starting up, watermelon still hovering about the 150 per bin range, but local stuff should be starting in about 10 days. Ready, stop. Whew. Okay, that was a lot, and I'm not winded, but man, I was all over the place there. And then Becky walked through, and I'm like, hey Becky, and she's like, stop bothering me. So it is our classic conundrum here at the Maglio Companies. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. It was a blast. We're gonna go work on bagging some limes here at your favorite source for all things South Texas, the Maglio Companies. If you need us, hit us up, 414-915-527 and 8. Uncle PJ take care of you. But in the meantime, thank you for tuning in. This episode was weird. It was long. It probably made no sense. I had a blast. So thank you for tuning in. We love you dearly. And as always, catch you later.